In this video, we'll look at how to annotate in Zoom, how to use that tool successfully. So I'm going to check what I have on my screen. So I'm logged in here as a participant, as a candidate into the Zoom room. And if I show you my non-video participants, we have the trainer in this case for Group F, who's not visible but sitting close by me. So every now and then, through certification, there'll be an opportunity maybe to add to a slide as a group, to share opinions and to bring it all together. And so one way from the trainer's point of view is that they can share screen. And this is what it looks like. And here's a Group F trainer sharing their screen. And so all of us together in the group can see this. And now you notice that if I go to the top of my screen, there's a light green, a bright green bar that tells me I'm viewing Group F trainer's screen. Okay, it's possible for everybody to share screen, but clearly only one screen at a time here. Next to this bar, where it says you're viewing the trainer's screen, there's a view options. Click on the little down arrow and you will see some options about what size you would like to make it. I'm going to go to fit to window, which would be the default. I could request remote control. I don't need that. I can exit full screen. I see annotate. I could also hide the video panel. So what do I mean by video panel? That's the pictures of everybody in the room, but I prefer to see who's in the room. Also, you can also go to side-by-side mode so that the images of everybody are next to the slide. So it's a balancing act. What do you want to be seeing on your screen? So let's go back to focusing on the slide in front of us. So the slide has been shared. In this case, it's a PowerPoint slide, but you could share anything on the screen with the rest of the group. And let's go to annotate. So annotate is about adding text, really, is making notes on other people's work many times. But here we're using it as a drawing tool. So essentially, annotate is a drawing tool or a text entering tool. And let's have a look at what it looks like. So we still have the bar at the bottom of the screen with the mute, the microphone, the stop video, the participants, the chat, reactions. But we have a new menu that's arrived. Okay, the annotate menu. If I put it into the center of the screen, I can hide it away again. Okay, and let's just open it up again. And let's go along. I'm going to drag it down. So if I click on the black area there, I can move that. Let's start from right, actually. We can save what we create. And we can all do that. We can also clear any writing or drawings easily. The trainer can clear everything at once or just one item at a time to save some of the drawings. You can redo or undo an action. You can go to format to pick color and size. You can rub out what's been created. You see the eraser sign. You can add an arrow. You can add some stamps. You can draw. You can write text. You can point with the mouse and to select items or to position where you want to be. So let's just practice this quite quickly. You can do this in your own way, in your own time, just by trying out your Zoom room. You don't need the trainer to be there. You can go in and practice using what's known as the whiteboard function, and I'll show you that in a moment. So where to start with the annotate tool is to start at format. Click on format, pick a color. Maybe I'll move to dark red. There you go. Also pick a size of font. So 12 is a bit small to read. 14, 18 minimum. Let's go for 24 here. Actually, no, let's go for 36. See what happens. If you're going to draw, you can pick the line width of the pen that you're going to draw with. Okay, so let's go next to text tool. And you notice the question here that we've been asked, how to communicate effectively. So everybody in group F in this case can write at the same time. So simultaneously, people will be writing. So maybe we might say eye contact, or let's go lowercase, eye contact. Somebody might be over somewhere else writing maybe in a different color, listening. Somebody might be somewhere else who's picked a very large size with a different color. Oh, hang on, I'm still on that text. That's interesting because I've selected that text. If I go somewhere else on the screen, what else might we have? Eye contact, listening, smile might be helpful. Definitely. So my color is connected to what I'm using, obviously, at the moment. And let's have a dark. I'm going to change to dark green here, and so on. So this is how the annotation tool works. So you can basically write on other people's slides. And whenever you see that green bar at the top, you're in share screen mode, and you get this view options bar. Click down for annotate. Now you might imagine that a lot of people write at the same time. So maybe it could be that, well, let me come back to what I'm sharing. Hang on. This is the trainer point of view. I'm just going to annotate. The trainer can select and move. So as if by magic, if somebody has written on top of someone else, it's quite easy. The trainer or whoever has shared the screen, they can control and move things and group things. So that's how annotate works. Have a play. Maybe we need to look at some other things briefly, some other tools. I'm going to stop the text tool. I'm going to go to mouse. Oh, hang on a moment. Or even draw. Let's go to draw. So you've got shapes. You've got shaded shapes. You can draw with lines, of course. Okay. Notice that if you have a tablet or iPad, that'll be easier to do the drawing functions than using a mouse. You can add arrows, and that's maybe helpful if you want to know who it is contributing. You can add stamps and so on. So it's a quick way to give an opinion or mark where you think something is. So finally, if I want to save this, I can save it. Screen saved. And finally, let's try erase. And if I want to clear, I can clear. So that is how to annotate.